Balanced view. Present both supporting and opposing studies. In writing Chapter 2 of your thesis, one of the most crucial elements is maintaining a balanced view by presenting both supporting and opposing studies. A balanced literature review does not simply reinforce your own assumptions or initial hypotheses. Instead, it shows that you have critically examined different perspectives, evaluated conflicting evidence, and positioned your study within a broader, more objective academic discussion. Presenting supporting studies is often straightforward. These are the articles, research findings, and theories that align with your research problem, support your assumptions, or suggest similar outcomes. For example, if you are researching the positive effects of online learning on academic achievement, you will find numerous studies showing increased student engagement, flexibility in learning schedules, and positive academic outcomes. Including these studies builds a strong case for why your research is important. However, it is equally vital to present opposing studies, those that challenge, contradict, or question your assumptions. Ignoring them can create a biased, incomplete, or even misleading literature review. Including them shows maturity, critical thinking, and honesty in your research. For instance, if several studies indicate that online learning may lead to decreased social interaction, technical difficulties, or a lack of motivation for certain students, these findings must also be acknowledged. Why is balance so important? First, it increases your credibility as a researcher. Readers, especially academic panels and future researchers, respect a thesis that transparently deals with conflicting evidence rather than selectively citing only supportive materials. Second, it helps you identify the true complexity of the issue you are studying. Most research problems are not black and white. They are multifaceted, with many layers of influencing factors. For example, suppose your research focuses on the effectiveness of project-based learning, PBL, in improving critical thinking skills among high school students. You may find studies that celebrate PBL for enhancing collaboration, motivation, and deep learning. But you will also encounter research pointing out challenges such as lack of structure, unequal group participation, or the difficulty of objectively assessing project work. A strong Chapter 2 would integrate both these views and discuss them. Critically, to ensure a balanced view, it is helpful to organize your review using themes rather than listing studies one by one. For instance, you could create a section on benefits of project-based learning and another on challenges and criticisms of project-based learning. Within each section, synthesize multiple studies rather than presenting them separately. This method makes your review easier to follow and clearly demonstrates the different dimensions of your topic. Examples of balanced presentation. Example 1. Supporting study. Smith et al. 2020 found that students in PBL environments scored significantly higher on critical thinking assessments compared to those in traditional classrooms. Opposing study. However, Jones, 2021, argued that PBL may widen achievement gaps, as students from disadvantaged backgrounds may struggle without explicit instructional support. Example 2. Supporting study. A meta-analysis by Lee and Park, 2019, showed that gamified learning platforms improved student engagement rates by 25%. Opposing study. Conversely, Thomas, 2020, noted that the novelty of gamification often fades quickly, leading to a return to baseline engagement levels after several weeks. Notice that in both examples, the researcher does not ignore conflicting findings, but presents them side by side, allowing readers to appreciate the complexity of the issue. Another key practice is to analyze opposing views rather than just mentioning them. A weak literature review might state, "Some studies show negative effects," and move on. A strong review asks, why do these negative results exist? Were there limitations in the opposing studies, e.g., small sample sizes, biased populations? Are there contextual differences, e.g., different education systems, cultural factors? Can these findings help refine your research questions or methodology? For instance, if a study shows poor outcomes for online learning among younger students, but your study targets adult learners, you could argue that the opposing findings may not fully apply while still acknowledging them respectfully. Practical tips for achieving a balanced view. Search widely across different databases and journals to avoid unintentional bias in study selection. Use keywords that reflect both positive and negative outcomes. For example, while searching for benefits of blended learning, also search for challenges of blended learning. Summarize contradictory results clearly within the same thematic section, using comparison tables if helpful. Adopt neutral language when presenting findings, avoiding overly emotional or biased wording like unfortunately, shockingly, or clearly wrong. Example of neutral language. While multiple studies highlight the benefits of PBL in fostering creativity, other researchers have identified challenges related to assessment and equitable participation. Example of biased language to avoid. Despite some flawed studies claiming PBL has challenges, it is clear that PBL is vastly superior. Notice how the first example invites the reader to weigh both sides, while the second example dismisses opposing studies unfairly. Balanced coverage also strengthens your study's rationale. When you show that the literature is mixed or inconclusive, you naturally create space for your research to contribute meaningfully. If the literature were unanimous, your study might seem redundant. By acknowledging both sides, you justify why your investigation is necessary to clarify or extend existing knowledge. Suppose you discover through your literature review that while many studies affirm the benefits of peer feedback in writing classes, others criticize its inconsistencies. This contradiction gives you the perfect platform to design your study, perhaps by exploring strategies to improve the quality of peer feedback. Avoiding pitfalls. Sometimes students fear that presenting opposing studies will weaken their research. This is a misunderstanding. In reality, only ignoring opposing studies weakens your credibility. Also, mentioning opposing studies doesn't mean you agree with them. It simply shows you are aware of the broader academic conversation. To handle conflicts effectively, you can highlight methodological flaws in studies you disagree with. Show how your study addresses gaps or contradictions found in the literature. Suggest conditions under which differing results might occur, e.g., age group differences, cultural context. Finally, a balanced view helps during the defense of your thesis. Panel members often ask about limitations, contradictory findings, or gaps. If you have already acknowledged and analyzed them in Chapter 2, you demonstrate preparedness and professionalism. In conclusion, writing Chapter 2 with a balanced view of both supporting and opposing studies not only strengthens your thesis, but also displays academic integrity, critical thinking, and research sophistication. Embrace the complexity of research, present multiple sides fairly, and position your study as a thoughtful, meaningful addition to the field. By achieving a balanced literature review, you not only earn the respect of your readers, but also contribute more genuinely to the ongoing scholarly dialogue. If you find this content helpful, subscribe to stay updated on the next tips for writing Chapter 2. Feel free to comment below with topics you'd like us to cover in future content. Thank you.
Late night coffee cup, minds in a race, staring at the screen trying to find my place. Outlines messy, deadlines tight, gotta make this thesis shine so bright. Sources, research, writing flow, draft and edit, take it slow. Citations right, no mistakes, one more page, oh for goodness sake. Write it, cite it, don't deny it, every word refine, revise it, step by step, don't lose your mind, that degree's about to shine. Review's long, but I push ahead. Methodologies got me seeing red. Data's done, now analyze, find the gaps and theorize. Feedback's in, don't be stressed, rewrite, refine, do your best. Pay visions up, take a breath, this thesis stands the That degree's about to shine. Lit review's long, but I push ahead. Methodology's got me seeing red. Data's done now, analyze. Find the gaps and theorize. Feedback's in, don't be stressed. Rewrite, refine, do your best. Transitions up, take a breath. This thesis stands the test. Write it, cite it, stay excited. All this work, can't deny it. Step by step, you're almost there. That the thesis life, it's only